Hello, I'm Sarah Turcott, Community Relations Director for Bridges by Epic here in Westford. Welcome to today's show.
And I'm Erica Lab, Executive Director of Bridges by Epic in Westford. Welcome to Bridges to Community. Today's topic is the Dementia-Friendly Westford Initiative, something we are both very personally excited about. Our guests, who are actually featured on our first episode of Bridges to Community, are back today to update us on this wonderful initiative and let us know all the great progress that has been made and how you might benefit or become involved yourself. Our first guest is Alison Christopher. She's an LICSW and the town social worker for Westford. She serves Westford seniors at the Cameron Senior Center, as well as younger adults in town who need social services. Alison is also the co-leader of the Dementia-Friendly Westford Initiative, along with Bridges by Epic, our own Abby Lachine, and our very own Sarah Turcott of Bridges by Epic here in Westford. Also with us today, guest number 2, Jim DiGiorgio. He is the owner of Senior Helpers, an in-home senior care agency. After experiencing the daunting task of finding professional, experienced, and compassionate caregivers for his parent, Jim and his wife, Elizabeth, opened their Westford office in 2009 and have continued their commitment to provide the highest quality services, enabling loved ones to age in place with just the right amount of care. So, welcome back to Bridges to Community.
Thank you.
It's been a minute.
It's good to be here.
It has.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you back. I mean, as we all know, we've been working hard with our Dementia-Friendly Westford initiative here in town. And I think I would like to start off the show just by providing our audience just some general information. You know, what is dementia-friendly?
Sure. So, Dementia Friendly is an initiative that started on a larger scale in other countries and as Dementia Friendly America, and then really was broken down to Dementia Friendly Massachusetts in the last several years. So within the towns in Massachusetts, there are quite a number of municipalities that are engaging in this effort to be welcoming, inclusive, safe places for people with dementia and their care partners and their friends to live and thrive while they are facing this disease. So when towns and cities look at becoming dementia friendly, some of the things that they do are to engage various sectors in their towns and determine who may already be doing things that are helpful and engaging to people with dementia, and who may need to learn more about the disease and how people with dementia might function in the community. So when we started out, we really did a kickoff that tried to engage businesses, religious groups, town departments, retail settings, caregiving settings, you know, home care, assisted living, nursing homes, as well as just all of the basic places that people go over the course of their day or week. And we were successful at the kickoff with doing that. And as we've moved forward, we've kind of broken down as a smaller group and looked at ways that we can engage the community in different ways over time. So that's what we've been doing over the last, what has it been, 2 years?
Oh, goodness, close to 2 years.
Close to 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
It's really has been a fun, it's really been fun for all of us to work together.
It has.
You bring up a really good point, is that in the United States of America, there's a statistic out there that says that 1 in every 6 mailboxes has someone with dementia living behind it. And there are people out there who are still driving, living with early onset, and like you're saying, local businesses such as grocery stores, coffee shops, banks, you know, it's not just places like the senior center or assisted livings like Bridges, so it's really nice that we've been getting our community together to be a part of this initiative.
Yep.
So let me ask all of you, since you're a partner in all of this, what are the benefits to a community that opts to join this initiative? So Westford now, we're all in, right? We're going for it. What are the benefits that we've seen both here in Westford and then also initiatives around the country that have been working? What are the benefits to the community?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just so important that all members of communities are included and considered part of the area where they live. So certainly someone with dementia and their care partners, if they are not in such a community, are at risk of becoming isolated, people becoming depressed, not having the support that they need in the course of what can be a really challenging illness to deal with. And by doing things that bring folks out into the community in a way that they can successfully engage, I think everyone benefits from that. You know, you have, you know, the opportunity to engage with different people, having different experiences. I think it makes people more sensitive to what other people are going through. And I think if members of the community are educated and engaged in a way that they can understand about how to engage with a person who has dementia successfully, and they can feel confident about it, you just can use that in so many productive ways in your life. So I feel like it's a win-win for everyone. You want businesses and places that serve people with dementia to have the tools they need to do that well. And you want the people who are living with this disease to be able to go out in the community and, you know, eat in restaurants and, you know, frequent businesses and have their needs met in a way that they continue to do that.
Well, I mean, the studies out there show that living an active lifestyle, having engagement, socialization are all true benefits when it comes to living with dementia. So you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And I think it's also about reducing or eliminating the stigma associated with dementia.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a big piece of it too.
Yep. The more we can normalize people's experiences and have them flow through life in the community like anybody else, the better off we'll all be for it.
Right, and you know, one thing that it seems like you guys have been successful at doing is encouraging people of all ages to participate in this and really reaching out. I think for young people, when you talk about stigma, I think young people have a fear sort of elderly folks sometimes, if they haven't engaged at all. So talk a little bit about that intergenerational piece and why that's so important.
Certainly, I think one of the neat things about our dementia-friendly Westford initiative has been that we've engaged with Neshoba Tech students.
Absolutely.
So having them involved in the design of the website, having them participate in our monthly meetings, so just seeing that 16 to 18 or 19-year-old element. And many of these students are in the healthcare program at the Tech, so it's a natural fit for them. But I think you can kind of see the light bulb going off because maybe they're seeing some of the signs of cognitive impairment in some of their family members. So I think it really gives them an appreciation. I just love seeing the younger generation being part of this initiative.
Yeah, and that they have some control, that they can do something, that you can actively participate in someone being part of the community, which, you know, we've seen sort of similar things for folks who are, you know, with developmental disabilities or different aspects, you know, in our community to be more inclusive. And this is just another way that we can be more inclusive to folks in the community.
Absolutely.
And to have a student that wanted to make the school itself dementia-friendly and to have the kids work on, you know, having their restaurant there be dementia-friendly, those are all huge steps that can be used in the larger community, you know, by example. So I thought that was huge that they were doing that there. And
aspiring
really
some of these kids to even get into the field because there's not enough professionals, you know, currently in this field that want to focus on seniors and dementia care. So getting back to kind of some of the goals of Dementia-Friendly Westford, I know that there's a lot of great new resources and programs that have come up while working on this initiative, and I didn't know if you might be able to shed a little light on that, Jim.
So there's been a lot of progress made since we were here last June. Probably one of the most significant milestones is that we now have a website.
Yeah.
So I know we'll be talking a little bit more about that a little bit further on, but I think having that website with resources, an FAQ, an events calendar, which is wonderful if a family member wants to know what kind of events are going on, and memory meetups, those types of things.
Yeah.
We have also had, and I don't remember the actual count, but I want to say between 25 and 30 individuals, and they were both professionals as well as family members, that went through our dementia friend training
Yep.
last
Dementia
winter, I think it was.
Friends
Right. So, which really is, it was a training program to help us all be able to go out and give presentations to organizations in our community. And they can be retailers, they can be community groups, organizations that are dealing day to day with the public on just being aware of dementia.
Yep.
So I think that's probably one of the biggest milestones. And then certainly our library in town has added some resources.
Yeah.
So I know you can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, they have some really great new kits that are available to pick up and use, just like you were renting or borrowing a book. So it's nice that people have some of these kits or items that they can go to. And just talking a little bit more about the website, you know, when you go to the Dementia-Friendly Westford website, you're able to find resources such as caregiver support groups, you know, the memory cafes, as Jim mentioned, lunch and learns, education, and there's just so many resources at the tips of our fingers that not many caregivers are aware of. And as Alison said, a lot of caregivers, they do feel alone and that there's no one that they can reach out to. And once they're able to tap into some of these resources, they've found a group that truly gets it, that truly understands it, and leans on one another to support. And that's truly how our initiative works. You know, we all come together, we're all brainstorming. You know, as Alison mentioned, we have caregivers that come to these meetings and really, you know, tell the professionals that are there how they can help support them and their loved ones who are living in the community.
So who are some of the professionals already involved? For our folks at home, are you looking for more involvement? Who's welcome? And you know, what are you in need of right now?
Well, so I know we've tossed around the term inclusive several times during this brief conversation, but certainly our objective is to have the dementia-friendly initiative open to anyone in the community. So certainly it's family members that are caring for a loved one. It can be the family member or the individual that's diagnosed with a cognitive impairment. That person could certainly be part of it. But we also look to organizations, and they can be public, they can be private organizations that are dealing with families on a day-to-day basis. So certainly our supermarkets, the retailers, the coffee shops in town, it's important. Banks, professional organizations, so attorneys, it could be attorneys, it could be the nail salon or the hairdresser. So really it's anyone that on a day-to-day basis could be interfacing with someone that has a cognitive impairment. I think equally important is our service organizations in town, so the EMTs and the fire and police. Certainly the town hall, our town offices would be important. So the Cameron Senior Center. So.
Yeah, and I'm really happy that so many of our town departments, the health department, Detective Nicoletti, now the library, you know, there are so many parts of our town, you know, I feel like I'm there kind of representing the senior center. There's so much interest from, you know, various offices in the town, and I think we're looking to reach out to get more businesses and people who may not consider themselves necessarily on the front line of dementia care, but people who are engaging with people in the community all the time and definitely see people and do business with people who have dementia or caring for someone with dementia. What I really liked about the Dementia Friends training that we all attended was how simple it is, how it's not a scary training for people who are not in the healthcare field or having any dementia experience, that they can just learn these very basic tips that can help them to help someone else. And I think it's really empowering when people have that knowledge and skill. So we're really looking to go out and use that to train some of these other businesses in town and hope that they'll find it, you know, helpful and powerful.
It's not only good like from a business sense, because you might welcome new customers in that may have heard you're dementia friendly, and so, oh great, I can take my husband or my wife and enjoy a meal finally in a place that gets it. But also that other layer of your employees and yourself, the more that time goes by, the more impact the education is going to have on our personal lives because of the aging population and the real problem that we're going to have with with Alzheimer's disease and memory impairments, and to really get familiar and comfortable with it, because it's going to be easier for you in your whole life. It's going to be easier for your employees if you start educating them now in their personal lives to get acquainted with all the wonderful tools, like you said, that are pretty accessible. You know, you don't have to dive deep into, you know, brain science. You really, there's easy things you can do, like making eye contact and, you know, yes or no questions, and these sort of basic things that we can offer people that, you know, a little tool bag that they have. And it's all free of charge. You're not charging these organizations to participate, right? As far as I know, these are the tough probing questions.
No, there is definitely no fee to having, you know, someone from the Dementia-Friendly Westford Initiative come and host the Dementia Friend training. And as you said, it's really, this is our initiative. We want to help people living with dementia feel more accepted in their community, and to, like you said, just simple, you know, just having patience for someone that's, you know, trying to count their money in line, you know, where we live in a fast-paced world. So we really just want to, you know, help our community have an understanding, a greater understanding, so that we can help our folks with dementia feel more encouraged to come out into the community. And you know, you brought up another good point, is it's not just seniors who are, or elderly folks who are in the world of caregiving, you know, where we have adult children, we have, you know, we just learned even millennials of the sandwich generation. They're trying to care for a loved one as well as their own children, and sometimes, you know, in a fast-paced world, we don't feel like we have anywhere to turn. So to know that there are resources right in your backyard, it's encouraging.
And with the website, I think it's important to note that one of the reasons that we decided to establish the website, despite the fact that it was quite daunting for some of us technically challenged folks to consider.
Why were you looking at me?
I can't look at myself very easily. But we really wanted to have something that was specific to our town and the very close surrounding towns, that would be resources just from us for people that wanted to be close by, wanted to stay in their community. And we have newsletters from the Senior Center, Bridges has postings, Senior Helpers does trainings around town, but to have everything in one kind of clearinghouse of information and make it easy for people seemed really appealing. And I think we've successfully done that, and are planning on keeping the information on there up to date, so that people can be looking at our events calendar and be finding all of the things that are going on in Westford and this immediate area that might apply to their needs. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting, and it actually brings up a good point, is maybe letting our audience know, you know, they could have some programs or different resources that they don't consider, you know, dementia friendly, but once you really look at the bigger picture of what you're doing, they could have some programs or events that we could include on our page, whether it be a program or maybe they have a certain time of day that's good to dine there. How do they reach out to us to let us know that A, they're interested in the initiative, and B, if they have a program, you know, that they might consider to fit the dementia friendly, how do they get that information to us to be posted on the website?
So the website is www.dementia-friendly-westfordma.org. So we have an email on that website that people can contact us through. I also have offered to have people use my email at achristopher@westfordma.gov, and either one of those avenues is fine to use. And I've also asked people to email me if they would like to be on our email list of meetings when they're happening. People don't have to commit to being on the dementia-friendly leadership committee to come to a meeting. Anyone can say that they're coming to any one of our usually monthly meetings and come to just that one, or come to a meeting when they can. So people who want to be put on the update emails that I send out about next meetings and when new things are happening are welcome to email me to be put on that list. And they can use the email address on the website if they want to let us know about upcoming events or things that are happening that they'd like to have added, and then we can contact them if we have questions and follow up.
Sure. And we did have actually our first inquiry through the website, and it was actually a local church who's having a speaking engagement that does focus on dementia and caregiving for someone with dementia. So it's just a great platform for you to have and it's free. We don't charge for people to put that information on the website. We just want it to be available for the community.
Right.
Great.
So other than that, any other updates or anything that you can think of that we could share with the audience when it comes to Dementia Friendly? I know that it's just been a lot of fun just getting the website up and running. That was a really big feat, and thanks to the folks at Neshoba Valley Tech and the Senior Center and Bridges, we've been able to really put it all together.
Yeah, it's quite a partnership. Congratulations to all of you.
It was a great partnership. We're gonna be getting some cards made with our logo and a small amount of information about the Dementia Friendly initiative and the website address, and hope to be bringing that around town to various offices and business locations so that people in the community might see it in a wide range of places. So we're gonna be having the cards made in the next month or so and start to pass those out in the community, and hope that more and more people hear about this initiative. And we hope that the WestfordCAT viewers will spread the word as well.
Yep. It is exciting. So just one more time with that new email, not the new email address, but the new website so folks know how to find us.
Sure, it's www.dementiafriendlywestfordma.org.
That's great. Well, we cannot thank you enough for coming back and just giving us an update on the Dementia Friendly Westford initiative.
Yeah,
thank you for
Thanks for
coming.
having us.
Congratulations on 2 great years, and it's really moving in the right direction.
Thanks, it's been fun.
So thank you.
We're going to keep on moving too, and thank you so much for joining us. Until the next time.
Wow.